everybody. Welcome back. Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset, sponsored by John Jones, John Jones Real Estate. We bring in now, we go down to Chattanooga, and we bring in a Hall of Fame coach. He's got 496 wins. He's the head coach of the Boyd Buchanan Buccaneers. Head coach, Gary Rankin. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing great, Stork. Thanks, man. Every time I hear that John Jones name, it fires me up. One of my favorite people.
Well, how is Zeke doing in the real estate world? Is he enjoying it?
Zeke, he's hanging out there. He loves those guys. He's not quite as busy out there during football season, of course, but I know he's looking forward to getting back out there after the season and rubbing shoulders with John and Tommy Davis and those guys, and maybe they'll put a little bit of that magic on him.
Well, real estate is such a great career. You can make a great living off of it, and you got to do a bunch of deals, and once you do a bunch of them, you want to do a bunch more, and you build your little database, and John ain't going to do it forever, and so it's good to see.
And it's a people business like everything, and Zeke's pretty personable. He can talk his way around some things, so hopefully that might work out for him after football. Who knows?
Who knows? But you know what? Getting that at a young age, you can probably talk to this better, but you've coached a lot of kids, and those that are type A personality that
Exactly.
try to strive forward or do something a little different. You may have to coach them a little bit harder, but they're probably the most innovative, and they always turn out to be really good football players. They got a nose for the balls,
and they do, and they develop good work habits and stuff. And no matter what line of work they go into, it doesn't matter if it's real estate or home building or whatever it is, coaching or whatever. You got to have good work habits, and you got to grind at all of it. So I think that's one good lesson that football teaches all our kids. Most of them aren't afraid of work.
Well, Coach, you're sitting at 9-0. Nobody you can't beat any better than that. So but how are things going with the Boyd Buchanan Buccaneers?
Great, and that's exactly what I addressed with our team today after it's over. We're sitting as good as you can sit. If you were at the first of the year, you'd say this is where we want to be at this point in time. This is exactly where we want to be. And, I told them today, I'm just really proud of where our program is right now. In a fairly short time, we brought this program, I think, where we're in the conversation with some of the better programs in the state. You talk about Alcoa and Oakland's and the Baylor's and just a lot of good programs around the state. I think we're in that conversation as one of those programs now, and I'm proud of that, proud of our coaches, proud of our administration, everything we've done. It's not always a guarantee when you take a job and you go somewhere else it's going to work. It just isn't, but we've been able to make it work here, and I don't know if we're in any kind of shape to start winning state championships, but we're certainly starting to get into conversation, and I'm proud of that for our kids and for our school and our community.
Well, and you bring up an interesting point because as you come in, you kind of had to, a lot of people may not know it, but Boyd was in, they were not a competitor. They were not somebody as Burt Brown said, nobody was scared of them or they didn't have the look when you stepped off the bus.
It don't. I don't know if it matters that somebody came in and had won a lot of games and been pretty successful. You still got to make it happen. You just don't ride in and with a wand or something and things start going our way. But we put our stamp on our program. We developed our program the way we want to, our culture the way we want to, and right now it's just a really good place to coach and teach and go to school. Our school is phenomenal. It's a great spiritual school, academic school, athletic school. So we feel like we really got a good product here, and just really proud of where we are and what we're doing.
Well, and you like this level. You've coached it. You've coached it. At the time it was 5A. It was the top level. You coached at Smith County, which is a little bit of a lower level. Then you coached at the middle level at Alcoa and was very successful there. And now you're doing it on what we call non-paid to play, in the real world. But it's hard to do it in where you're at because you can't go get some guy down at a car dealership and get them to sponsor a kid and them come in and play.
And it's, but the kids, I found out the kids are the same. I coach these kids the same way I did at Smith County, at Riverdale, at Alcoa. I'll be the first to admit I'm pretty demanding, but they respond to that. I think most kids still want discipline. They want to do things right. So I don't coach them any different than where I've been, and I still think the kids are like they were 25 years ago. Now, the parents are a lot different. The parents are ones that need to be worked on sometime, but kids will still respond. They'll do what you ask. And, I just don't see that difference in coaching them this day and time and that day and time in my eyes. Now, I may do it a little different and a little bit old school in some things, but kids are still want to succeed. They want to work. They want to get better. And like I say, we were pretty proud that we've been able to do that here.
And you mentioned something that's so funny because, the courageous conversation of the parents that, want to talk to you and everything. But years ago, I mean, when I was in high school and stuff in the 80s, very few people went down to any locker rooms or spoke with any head coach. I mean, that was just almost like tab. But you don't go down there and say a daggone word to that guy.
Well, it's still pretty much the same way in my office, in my dressing room. I will speak to parents. Very seldom will I speak to them about playing time. I will some, but any coach is worth his salt. Is going to play his best players for sure. I mean, they're going to start. And I think my coaching philosophy, I'm going to play as many as I can. I got a feeling for kids. Football's a hard sport. You come out there and put the work in, and especially the kind of work that we do at Boyd, you want to get on the field. And I make a conscious effort of getting a lot of people on the field because I think they deserve it. But, conversations with parents about playing times can get uncomfortable sometimes, especially for the parents. But I haven't gone through a lot of those. Winning takes care of a lot of problems, Stork. It don't take care of all of them. I had some meetings last year that didn't end up real well with some parents. But, for the most part, I think if they trust you and they know that you mean the best for their kid, and it's about playing, but it's also about teaching lessons and teaching them to grow up and be better people when they leave our place. So I've been pretty fortunate with that. I haven't had to deal with a lot of parent conversations. I'm not saying I won't, but most of the time we've been able to stay away from those kind of situations.
Well, and I mean, what they don't really understand is you are the coach, and you spend a lot of time with them from the time that they come in and sign up for football or address you or the coaching staff that they are interested in playing the sport, and you spend a lot of time with them. So all the intangible things you get to see, and you're studying a lot of that. Plus their ability to play the game, but it's about how they coaching up their teammates, or is it all about them, like you talked about last week so well, that if it's if all you're interested in the football, then you're not going to last long here, But it's about those things, Coach, and take it away.
And I understand from the parent standpoint too. I was a parent. I had two. My own kids came through. I know they want their kids to do well and get on the field, and like I say, I'm really cognizant of that, and I try to get them on the field. But there's more things than just playing when you're playing a sport like that. So hopefully we're doing the right things to make them better young men and teach them not to quit. You get so much quit in college now. They're not playing. They go here, the NIL here. They do this, they do that, and we're sort of teaching kids, especially at the college level, to run from adversity sometimes. So. Hopefully they get a better lesson of that in the high school level.
Well, and you do such a great job, and that's the reason why you're successful, and it's a proven system. It's just people have to want to follow the program and do it the right way, and you've done it at several different places. Well, it's come that time, and this is going to be a big one, Coach. You catch Grace. They're 8-1. You told us about this. You're at home Friday. When you flip on the video, what makes Grace so good that they're 8-1?
Well, they've got good players. They had good players last year. They've changed coaching staffs. They got some life. They're playing well. They're confident. They throw the ball really, really well. Anytime you can throw the ball really, really well, you got a chance to win a game. I'm not saying if you played them 10 out of 10 that you'd win 8 of them, but anytime you can throw it around, you certainly got a chance to upset a lot of people. So they got good players, got a great quarterback. I know the Price guys. They're good guys. They're good coaches. They're in it for the right reason. So, and it's the region championship. We knew that probably a couple of weeks ago, this game could get really, really big, and it's got a tremendous amount of playoff implications. The winner can certainly probably get 2 playoff games at home if they win. If you don't, you play a playoff game and then you take off cross country to Memphis. So a lot of playoff implications. Big game. I think it's the third biggest game we've had at Boyd since I've been here. It's our third year. So our kids know what's at stake. We're practicing really, really well. We played really, really, really well the other night against Knoxville. And, if we'll keep playing like we're playing, I like our chances. But our kids understand where they are, and they understand playing in big games. And, I really think you are who you are. And I told them today, if you're a good football player, you'll play good Friday night. If we're a good football team, we'll play good Friday nights. I don't believe in excuses. I don't believe in, somebody got hurt and they didn't get to play, or the referee missed his call. I'm a firm believer in who you are. And right now I think we're a pretty good football team.
Well, Coach, this is our last show, but I can tell you only one thing. I'd love to be there Friday. I'm sure it's just going to be a packed house, standing room only at Boyd, and everybody will be on the hill, and it'll be a big game.
It will, and our crowds have been tremendous. I mean, we have overflow crowds, and we got a campus that has K through 12, and we have so many first, third, fourth, fifth, sixth graders that come to our games and support us and have fun at the game. So the atmospheres at Boyd's have been great, and I'm sure Friday night it'll be outstanding.
Well, Coach, this is our last show. We wish you the best of luck. I can't thank you enough. You're a Hall of Fame coach. Can't thank you enough for being on the show and giving us, letting us follow Boyd Buchanan Buccaneers. We wish you the best in the playoffs. I'll be following closely, as you very well know, but chase that big 500, and good luck Friday night, and come away with a big win. Appreciate the book. I'm starting to get into it. It's a good one. Oh, well, I loved Coach Dye. He was a special guy, but he talks a lot like you do. It's all about, he looks right into the kids, and hopefully you'll get something out of it. Right. I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks a lot, buddy. All righty. See you. Bye, Coach. See you then. All right. Bye.